getting new glasses. How does that even make sense?
This is a cooler measuring thing
With all the fish.
yeah
Do they need glasses?
maybe
Do you see what I've got to put up with here? This actually, do you know what this actually is? Fish measuring station.
yes
Yes. What this is, every state in Australia has their own laws on this. Okay, so you can't just go and catch a fish
and keep it
and keep it. You got to
measure
measure
like I did with my glasses, is that correct?
Yes. So this is the official bag catch boat limit, size limit for each one of these species in South Australia. So this is the one for South Australia. Queensland may have different laws, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So while we're on the topic of the size and things, why do some of them not have any size?
Some fish don't require it. Like for argument's sake, your cephalopods, like your cuttlefish, your calamari, and your bivalves, like your razorfish. So they don't require it. But what they do have is a bag limit. Every single species does have a bag limit.
And I see they also have boat limits as well. The kind you
Correct.
can have a boat.
Correct. So boats cannot have any more than 10 abalone. They cannot have any more than 10 blue swimmer crabs. So you'll see on these measuring, 60, sorry. I was looking at the abalone, sorry. Yeah, no more than 60 boat limit for a blue swimmer crab.
Okay, so just a quick question. You've got the giant crab here. It only has a size limit but no bag or boat limit.
Correct, because these are in abundance.
Right, okay.
Okay, so there's no bag limit, but you do have to have a size limit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Different species have a different law.
Yep.
Okay. But as a general rule, I'm going to say 99% have a bag limit. Yep. But not all of them have a size limit because they don't require it. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else that you notice on here that stands out to you?
Okay, so we've got here, it says a closure applies from the 1st of October to the end of February in this area of Upper Spencer Gulf. So what does that mean? Does that mean you can't fish for
A
those
closure?
particular...
What a closure means is exactly that. A closure is in between 1st of October to the end of February, so razorfish in the Upper Spencer Gulf. Yep. Between the 1st of October and the end of February is a no-go.
Okay.
So different areas have a different closure time.
Yeah.
So closure means exactly that. You cannot fish for, or as far as the razorfish goes, you cannot collect the razorfish during this time.
Okay.
So closure means it is closed.
Yeah.
You cannot catch it. You cannot collect it. So if you do go collecting razorfish at this particular time, you will be fined.
Okay, and how much is that fine?
Those fines can range anywhere up to the 5,000.
Wow.
There is hefty fines.
Yeah.
I do believe the fines have changed though. So if you are fishing for any one of these, check the fines, the current fines for each species because they are hefty, particularly abalone.
Wow.
Abalone was almost wiped out
Wow.
in South Australia. That's crazy. But we now have the abalone farm.
Yeah.
So the species are starting to make a recovery in the wild.
Yeah.
In particular with your abalone, make sure you are following these rules to the letter because the fisheries will get you for this. For abalone in particular, they will nab you for it.
Okay.
Okay.
So just while on the abalone, there's 2 different types.
Yes. Your green lip and your black lip.
Okay.
Now in South Australia, your abalone, there used to be what we call tiger, which was crossed between these two. Okay. They're not breeding here anymore. But this law, this particular law, with your fish or your kilos, applies all over South Australia.
Wow.
Okay, so this law is South Australia wide.
Yeah.
But there's two different.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So you will see a lot of people fill it on the spot.
Yeah.
Whether it be on the jetty or whether it be on the boat.
Yeah.
And that's why that applies.
Wow. Okay. There you go. There's another one that I saw.
Do you know? Just going back to these closures. Do you know why these closures are in place?
No. Why are they?
These closures are in place. Certain species are closed to fishing during certain times because that's their breeding season. So they have these closures so that these fish can breed in peace, or the juveniles can grow in peace.
Yeah.
So these laws are all in place so that, particularly with the minimum sizes and the closures, are extremely important. So minimum sizes and closures are extremely important.
Yeah.
And your bag limit too is very important. So that we are not taking the juveniles and the hatchlings that are going to be growing up to be the breeders.
Yeah.
The next season, so
Okay.
on and so on. So we need these laws in place to make sure that the species is not going to be overfished,
Yeah.
particularly in overfishing areas, which South Australia was at one stage.
Yeah.
As I explained with the abalone.
Yes.
South Australia, because particularly Lincoln, is a huge fishing town.
Yes.
Port Lincoln is the seafood capital of Australia. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that.
Right. Species in South Australia, particularly around Port Lincoln, were being overfished. So we were having overfishing here. So these laws are all in place to
Stop
make
that
sure
happen again.
that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
And that the juveniles that are going to, the babies that are going to grow up to be the breeders are not taken before their time, before they have been able to breed and keep that species going, keep that cycle going.
Yeah.
Where that was happening with these abalone.
Wow. That's really sad.
And this is when they decided to bring in the farms.
Ideal.
And another one that we have too is in farming as well now is mussels.
Okay.
So out at the abalone farm, they breed mussels as well. Because mussels were starting to become overfished.
So I've been eyeing this guys off. What are these guys?
The PB, they're like a clam.
Okay.
So these ones, they do have a shell size. They have to be a certain shell size. So these ones you have to measure the shell.
Yeah.
Okay. They're in abundance around. These ones here you'll find around your rocky shorelines, like over here.
Yeah.
You'll find them on your rocky shorelines.
Okay.
They're filter feeders. These ones. So they're a bivalve, just like these, just like the razorfish. So they're a bivalve. These ones. And inside is like your meat, the meaty. Yeah, inside. So that's what we actually eat. So yeah, bivalve. A lot of your bivalves, scallops the same. A lot of them, these are your filter feeders, and your abalone is, you've seen an abalone shell?
Yes, you
I've
have
got
one.
at home.
Yes.
Yep, the apex. I'm going to tell you something interesting about the abalone. The abalone needs to grow not only out, not only wide, but that apex needs to grow as well. So the apex is the top of the shell. Where it spirals, yep, that needs to be able to grow as well. Wow. Okay. So in order to have a healthy, particularly when it's harvested, a healthy, beautiful abalone, it not only needs to be this way, but it also needs to be a good length of height of the apex as well.
Okay.
And that gives people that great meat inside. around here, around this wharf here, where we are now, there used to be an abundance of stuff around here, but it's been overfished. So at the moment, currently, it's currently closed. So fishing's closed. The species is not in. I know fishermen, some fishermen harsh. I can't take it, can't I? There's reasons. Yeah, there's reasons. I'm a marine biologist, but I also fish. I love fishing.
Yeah.
But I catch and release.
Yeah.
I never keep what I catch.
Yeah.
I love fishing. I'm a fisherman myself. Fisherwoman myself. But I know what the no-goes are.
Yeah.
And I don't get upset about this. I follow this,
Yeah.
as everyone should. And the great thing about Port Lincoln is, I love Port Lincoln because everyone who does fishing follows rules.
Yeah.
We have a great fishing town here. We have a great little fishing town. The people here, when they fish, are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's give them some praise for actually following these fishing measures.
Yes.
But that's what this is. So when you see the closure, just to sum it up, when you see the closure, when it says a closure applies, you can't fish for that species at that certain time. And certain species don't need a minimum size. They have a bag limit. They have a bag limit instead. But they all do have they don't all have the minimum, but they do all have the bag and the boat limit.